Welcome to Scholars Aid tutorial. In this video we'll be looking at logarithm. Recall in our last video we established the laws of logarithm and solved some questions under logarithm. For this particular video we would be looking at some questions to under logarithm, a different kind of question from the previous ones we solved. So our question says, given that log 3 equals 0.4771 and log 2 equals 0.3010, find 1 log 0.72, 2 log root 6, and 3 log cube root of 0.3. Log cube root of 0.3. So let's start with the first one, log 0.72. Now, in order to find log 0.72, first of all, where we have 0.72, how can we rewrite this? If we are changing this decimal to fraction, we'll be having 72 over 100. If you change this decimal to fraction, we are having 72 over 100. So first thing you do is to convert this decimal to fraction. So if you're having 72 over 100, that means we'll be having log 72 over 100. So we are having log 72 over 100. Now, recall in the subtraction law where we said if we have two bases that are the same, two log bases that are the same, and they are subtracting, what do? We divide the numbers. So if we divide the numbers, we arrive at something like this, because we usually pick one base and we divide the number. So if we are to return this to that subtraction law, if we are to return this log 72 by to that subtraction law, then we should be having something like log 72 minus log 100. Because if we do log 72 minus log 100, we'll pick out one base and we'll do 72 divided by 100. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will leave the link to the last video where you learn you watch how we establish the laws of logarithm. So watch that video and you understand what I'm talking about. So if you haven't log 72 over 100, using that subtraction law, we can express this as log 72 minus log 100. So since we now have log 72 minus log 100, what is the next thing to do? Now look at this number, log 72. We'll look for two numbers that can multiply themselves to give us 72. Of course, 36 times 2 can give us 72, but we are not looking for large numbers. So I would say look for the two smallest numbers that if you multiply them, they will give us 72. So those two smallest numbers we can think of is 8 and 9. 8 times 9 will give us 72. Anything less than 8 times 9, I'm not sure they can give you 72 again. So other numbers are higher. So the two smallest numbers that can give us 72 is 8 and 9. So we take log 8 times 9. So we are replacing this 72 by 8 times 9, meaning we'll be having something like log 8 times 9. So we'll be having log 8 times 9 minus log 100. Then what is the next thing to do? Recall in the addition law of logarithm in the last video where we said for we to have 8 times 9, it means that there is an addition law. There are two same bases that are adding. For us to have 8 times 9, it means that the bases are the same. If the bases are the same and they are we are adding, we add this number and we multiply these numbers. That is what we said in the addition law. So applying that here, for you to arrive at this, mean that this we are taking the log of this plus the log of this. If you take log 8 plus log 9, what to give it was log, because since they are in the same base, they are all in base 10. Since they are in the same base, we will now do 8 times 9, log 8 times 9. We multiply these numbers because it's addition. You can see this one. For division, what do we do? But for multiplication, what we add. So we change this to log 8 plus log 9. So we would be having log 8 plus log 9 minus log 100. Hope you are getting the steps clearly. Log 8 plus log 9 minus log 100. Now, what is the next thing to do? That's the question we should ask ourselves. What is the next thing to do? Looking at this 8, looking at this 9, looking at this 100, we can change this, we can rewrite this in index form. We can write this in index form. How? If we replace here by 2 raised to the power of what will give us 8? You see that 2 raised to the power of 3 will give us 8. For here, we replace it with 3. 3 raised to the power of what will give us 9. 3 raised to the power of 2. Here, what raised to the power of what will give us 100? 10 raised to the power of 2 will give us 100. So, write this according to their powers. What raised to the power of what will give us 8? What raised to the power of what will give us 9? What raised to the power of what will give us 100? So here we have 2 raised to the power of 3. Here we have 3 raised to the power of 2. And here we have 10 raised to the power of 2. So we're having log 2 raised to the power of 3. Because 2 raised to the power of 3 is what? 8. Plus log 3 raised to the power of 2. 3 raised to the power of 2 is what? 9. Minus log 10 raised to the power of 2. 10 raised to the power of 2 is what? 100. Recall in index law of logarithm, I said if you have a power, bring this power to the front, let it multiply the remaining values. So since you have been log 2 raised to the power of 3 here, we'll bring this 3 to the front. So we'll be having 3 multiply log 2. For this one, which is log 3 raised to the power of 2, we'll bring this 2 to the front. We'll remove it here and bring it to the front. So we'll be having 2 multiply log 3. And for this one too, we'll be having 2 multiply log 10. That is what the index law tells us to do when you have logs like this. So applying that, we have 3 log 2. 3 log 2 means 3 multiply log 2 plus 2 log 3 minus 2 log 10. Recall all of this, they are all in base 10. They are all in base 10. Whenever I give the log, they not write the base, just know that it's in base 10. So we have 3 log 2 plus 2 log 3 minus 2 log 10. Now, if you watch closely, here in our question, we are given log 3. We are given the value of log 3 and the value of log 2. And here we have our log 2 and log 3. Now, what do? We substitute these values into this stuff we have here. You can see now it's becoming easier. So we just substitute the values and we solve through. This one, which is log 10 base 10, recall what I said. When you have log of a number to its own base, it is what? Equal to 1. So log 10 base 10 equals 1. So here we replace it with 1. So we are having 3 into 0.301, which is the value of log 2 here, plus 2 into 0.4771, which is the value of log 3 here, and minus 2 into 1, which is the value of log 10 base 10. And if we solve correctly, 3 times 0.301, we will have 0.903. 2 times 0.4771, we would have 0.954, and minus 2 times 1, we have minus 2. So we'll be having 0.903 plus 0.954 minus 2. And if we solve correctly, we have minus 0.1428. So you can see it's very easy to solve. This is our final answer. This is just the answer to this whole stuff we've established here. So log 0.72 equals minus 0.1428. Now if you have to verify this with the calculator, so press log base 10 0.72. So you can see we have minus 0.1426, but ours minus 0.1428 because it's solving and this is calculator. So our answer is 98% similar. So let's solve question 2, log root 6. Whenever we have root 6, we can rewrite this as 6 raised to the power of 1 over 2. Whenever we have root 6, we can write this as 6 raised to the power of 1 over 2. So writing this, we are having log 6 raised to the power of 1 over 2. So wherever you see anything raised to the power of 1 over 2, it means square root of that thing. If you see anything raised to the power of 1 over 3, it means cube root of that thing. And 1 over 4, it means fourth root of that thing. So let's now go into that. So now we have log 6 to the power of 1 over 2. Remember our index law. Index law says that we should bring this power to this side behind the log to multiply everything. So we'll be having 1 over 2 log 6. So we're having 1 over 2 log 6. Next thing is, what are those two numbers that if you multiply, they will give us 6? Those two smallest numbers. Of course, we know is 3 and 2. 3 times 2 will give us 6. So if we replace 3 times 2, if we replace 6 by 3 times 2, we'll be having 1 over 2 log 3 times 2. So we are having 1 over 2 log 3 times 2. You can see it's very easy. Just exactly the same steps we took here, the same thing we are applying here. Just know the laws and apply the laws, and you've solved your question. So the next thing is, since we are having 3 times 2 here, remember the addition law. Addition law says for you to have two numbers multiplying in under one base in the logarithm, means that there are these numbers, they are actually adding. Log of those numbers adding. So we have log 3 plus log 2. That is what will give us log 3 times 2. So we'll express this as log 3 plus log 2. So we're having 1 over 2. So we're having 1 over 2 log 3 plus log 2. 1 over 2 log 3 plus 1 over 2 log 2. So we're having 1 over 2 log 3 plus log 2. If we have this is also the same thing as 1 over 2 log 3 plus 1 over 2 log 2. So it's the same thing. So we're having 1 over 2 log 3 plus log 2. Recall we are given the value of log 3 as what? 0.4771. And for log 2 we have 0.3010. What is our job here? Our job here is to what? Replace this log 3 with this value and log 2 with this value. So if we have 1 over 2 0.4771 plus 0.3010, so we'll add this inside the brackets. 0.4771 plus 0.3010 will give us 0.7781. 0.7781. So we're having 1 over 2 brackets 0.7781. So if we have 1 over 2 brackets 0.7781, what does that mean? It means that we are multiplying this in the brackets with by 1 over 2. So multiply 1 over 2 and this. What do we have? So that will give us 0.38905, and this is our final answer. Now some of you might make mistake here because you're seeing 1 over 2 here, you start doing square roots. Please, we only do square roots when this number is raised to the power of 1 over 2. So it's actually multiplying here, it's not raised to the power. So just multiply. 1 over 2 also means 0.5, so you can do 0.5 times this and you have the answer 0.38905, and this is our final answer. So you can see how simple it is to solve. Last, we'll be looking at question 3. So our question 3 says log cube root of 0.3. This sign here, this root here and this 3 here means cube root. Now know the difference. For cube roots, the 3 will be written inside the tail. You can see it's written inside the tail. But if it was just square root, this 3 will be written inside, so it will mean something like 3 roots 0.3. That one is square root. But this one, for the fact it's written inside the tail, it means this is cube root. So log cube root of 0.3. And you know the first thing to do. First thing to do is what? Express this as power. So we'll be having log 0.3 raised to the power of 1 over 3. And if we express this as power, next thing to recall is what? The index law, which says that we should bring this power to the front and we should multiply all the terms. So following the index law, we have 1 over 3 log 0.3. Now we can see 0.3 here. Recall this first one where we solved. We had 0.72. What did we do? We expressed this as fraction. So we'll be expressing 0.3 as fraction. And expressing 0.3 as fraction, we are having 3 over 10. So we replace 0.3 by 3 over 10. So we'll be having 1 over 3 log 3 over 10. You can see I'm taking it step by step so you can understand. Next thing is 3 over 10. Recall the subtraction law of logarithm. If you recall what we did in this first one, following that same step, that same procedure for subtraction law. So we'll be having 1 over 3 log what? Log 3 minus log 10. Why did I say log 3 minus log 10 when we have division here? Subtraction law says that for you to have this particular thing, log 3 over 10, it means that these two, you are taking the log of this minus the log of this. So if you have log 3 minus log 10, log 3 minus log 10, we will be having log 3 over 10, because since they are in the same basis, we pick out the log of one base and we do 3 divided by 10. So following that same principle, we'll be having 1 over 3 log 3 minus log 10. So 1 over 3 brackets log 3 minus log 10 is the same thing. If I write it like, if I try to write it like this, it's the same thing as 1 over 3 log 3 minus 1 over 3 log 10. It's the same thing. This is just me expanding it. Now recall, in the equation we are given log 3 as what? 0.771, and log 10. Log 10, we say that when you have log of a number to its own base, recall all these are all in base 10. So when you have a log of a number to its own base, it equals what? 1. So log 10 base 10 equals 1. So we will replace log 10 base 10 here with 1 and log 3 here with 0.4771. And if we solve this, 0.4771 minus 1, we would have minus 0.5229. So we would have 1 over 3 brackets minus 0.5229. Next thing is we multiply this to 1 over 3 is same thing as 0.33333, which is 0.3. So 0.3 times minus 0.5229 give us minus 0.1743. So this is our final answer. You can see these things are just really easy to solve. Just have to follow them step by step. Follow them step by step neatly like this, you'll be able to arrive at correct answer. Now let's cross check using our calculator. Let's see if we have the same value as calculator. So the first one we have is log 0.72, and you can see our answer minus 0.426, and if you check here, we are having minus 0.428. Let's check the next one. We have log root 6. Log root 6. You can see our answer 0.3890. Okay, 0.38907, whereas we had 0.38905. This is because we are solving, we are solving it, whereas calculator, this is calculator's value, this is our own value. So there might be slight difference, which is somehow insignificant difference. So the last one, we have log cube root of 0.3, and you can see our calculated answer negative 0.1742, and we have negative 0.1743. so just approximate negative 0.1743. So this is correct. So you can see that all our values are correct, meaning that the steps you follow, everything we solved is accurate. So if you can follow these steps, you'll be able to solve questions under logarithm. just know the laws and know how we can apply those laws, from the subtraction law, addition law, index law, the same base, and number law, like log of a number to its own base equals 1, and log of 1 to any base equals 0 as far as the base is not equal to 0. And which other one? We have the change of base. We have the change of base formula also. So apply all these laws, learn this to apply all these laws, and you'll be able to solve questions on that logarithm. So if you want to know how we are able to solve some of these questions, just go to our last video on that logarithm. I'll leave the link in the description where you can find the video. Watch it and you learn the laws and how you can apply them. If you enjoyed this video, ensure you subscribe, like. See you in our next video.